All right, ladies and gentlemen, while you are exploring every bit that you can to stay connected with us and be engaged, it's time for me once again to thank and acknowledge our presenting partner, Kyndryl, the Economic Times Virtual Tech Summit that is co-powered by IBM, our innovation partner, Dell Technologies, our platinum partners, Cloudflare, Commvault, and Hitachi Vantara. Thank you very, very much for the support. Thank you to our gold partners, Manage Engine, Micro Focus, STT, GDC India, Tata Communications, VMware, and Wise Tech, our associate partner. Thank you, TechWave. So, all right, it looks like it's a fortified team, and I'm sure you're visiting all those booths out there and gaining some actionable tech insights right out there. Once again, I'm just going to take all of you through all those features, those UI buttons that you can, sort of click, explore, and experience, right? So, Experience Zone, I'm sure by now you would have analyzed and sort of figured out that contains the partner booths that shows what our partners have to offer to all of you, our select few audience members there. And I'm sure they have to offer some, brand collateral, some brochures. The appointment feature helps you to, chat with the booth representatives also. And by now, I think we are in a better position to also fill in those feedback forms, catch hold of all those leaderboard points as well, right? I think, you all must be guessing that, Shikha never misses on that because I want all of you to win those Amazon gift vouchers, right? So let's be good at that. Yes. So yes, please do fill in the feedback forms more than anything else. That's important for us to grow. And with that, the networking lounge, I think you're just hanging around as I was just signing off from the previous and thanking the previous speakers. So the networking lounge is a place which I always say is a wholesome experience because that's where the heart is. That's where you get to chat with the like-minded individuals, your fellow attendees, your colleagues, the seniors, the speakers. So all at one go, so all the conversations happen there, right? I hope, and please don't forget to also exchange your virtual business cards. Do download your digital certificates as well and keep it handy, wherever you please to, but make sure it's there. Downloaded. The resource center is your one-stop shop of everything, in terms of insights that our partners or we as a whole would want to share with all of you. So good dissemination of information there. The live chat feature, make good use of it. And the engagement zone, I want some more action as I can just scout a bit through it. So please make sure you are clicking like some good selfies, just take your phone and just take like a nice picture, the screen grab at the photo booth. So this should look exciting, I'm sure. The car rush game is, right now you do have some time to spend over there. So just play your shot right now. And the social wall, I think it would be really hearty to see your comments flowing in and, what is your learning, how you're experiencing. And it's just that the vibe should feel good, right? So the social wall is a place. And with that, please, 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 just in some time from now, I will be taking up some of those tweets that you are sharing, all those Twitteratis, the happy Twitteratis. So please do share like your key takeaways, your one piece of learning, say from a particular session. Use the hashtag ETVTS, and it looks like I'm on a spree talking. So I want this to be a conversation. So make sure there are insights coming in from your end as well. So we'll be happy to have this two-way, exchange of learning. Engage with all these elements, all these platform features, because that will help you to shoot up your leaderboard scores. This is going to be mighty good, mighty big, because once again, Amazon gift vouchers, eyes on the prize. On that note, yes, I'm sure I did, but those of you who just joined in new may not be abreast with the leaderboard terms and conditions. There is a quick check that you can do by just clicking on the leaderboard TNC, the terms and conditions. So everything has some points attached to it. So all those digital footprints that you're leaving on the screen, that has some rewards and of course the priceless bit, which is, of course, the learning that you gain, right? So let's be good at it. Let's be actionable at it. It's time that we, as I said, we have a clear and a good understanding of how cloud enables digital transformation, digital acceleration. Our panel just talked about that, but I said we will demystify and unravel more aspects of it. Well, the Director Product Marketing from Dell Tech Cloud Solutions is just going to join us. Nicholas Brackney, if you're right here, here's handing it over to you.
On behalf of Dell Technologies, thank you for joining today's session. Today, we are going to hear from Nick Brackney, Director of Product Marketing for Dell Technologies Cloud, who will be discussing the current state of the cloud, the challenges organizations face building an effective multi-cloud strategy and cloud proliferation, and the unique value of Dell Technologies Cloud and the solution bringing to that particular equation. Hi, Nick.
Thank you, Anna. All right. So as everyone knows, technology is changing every industry. In fact, 60% of our global GDP is estimated to be going digital in just a few short years. And what this means is that digital initiatives are really going to be driving a lot of success for organizations. And therefore, their competitive advantages are going to be a result of their investments in data and in software. All of this is creating a need to really address multi-cloud and really think about how are we going to leverage the power of cloud to run all these applications. Now, cloud, it's our view that cloud is not a destination. It's not a public cloud. It's an operating model. And the reason why this is an important distinction is because there are these three laws that will impact the value that you're going to have from a cloud if you only think of it as a public cloud. So the laws of physics are really thinking through things like thinking through things like latency and data gravity, right? The amount of data you're having to move back and forth, the distance between a user and the data will create performance challenges. Then we have laws of economics. This is the idea of renting versus buying, CapEx versus OpEx, and there's a blend that is the right amount for certain businesses. And also how you're using applications. Cloud is really good for when you have an application that spins up and then spins down. But if you're leaving it on all the time, you're racking up additional costs. Finally, we have the laws of the land. This is really thinking about things like data sovereignty and compliance and regulatory requirements. This can really impact where data should reside. For this reason, we are seeing that organizations are still thinking about data centers as part of their cloud strategy. And as a result, they really greatly value the ability to get consistency across both these environments. And this is why our perspective is that the future isn't public or private, it's actually both. So let's talk a little bit about what is a cloud operating model, right? And here, what we're thinking about here is, how do I move at the speed of business? How do I enable self-service for my developers? How do I reduce the cost of service delivery by blending those models to get improved cloud economics? How do I deliver as a service on-demand applications? And then, how do I give the right tools to my developers and the right analytics to the organization to make them smarter and to allow them to work more effectively? So for all of these reasons, we need to think about how we're going to architect a winning multi-cloud strategy. And there's 4 areas that we're going to talk about today that are really important for you to think through when you're designing your strategy. How do I provide a better application and developer experience? How do I get the most value from my data? How do I deliver digital services anywhere? And finally, how do I protect my most valuable digital assets? So we'll go into each of these individually and talk about the challenges and the opportunities with these areas. So the first thing here is cloud sprawl, right? And the idea is that when I had one cloud and maybe I connected it to my private cloud, things were very easy. But we're seeing that most organizations have 3 or more clouds. Now, why do they have 3 or more clouds? it could have been a thoughtful decision. They could have decided that a specific vendor had a unique service that they needed. It could be that they were worried about putting all of their eggs in one basket, only going all in with one vendor. But most likely the reason is actually more just happenstance. It's the fact that they acquired another cloud provider service via a merger and acquisition, or a developer swiped a credit card and installed a new public cloud through Shadow IT. And all of this creates a lot of complexity, right? It creates a lot of challenges. So the first one is management and operational silos, not having visibility into all of these different assets from a single console, having to use different management techniques across all of them. This idea of complex workload migrations, the fact that they're running on different infrastructure makes it really difficult to get everything running the same. New skills and processes. So in the cloud, I might have to embrace things like containers and cloud native architectures. But in my data center, I might have legacy infrastructure and more traditional applications. And this can create a lot of complexity for your workers and make it very difficult for them to cross-train and keep up with all of this work. And finally is uncertain security postures. Each of the public clouds has its own shared responsibility model. There's different expectations on the customer. A lot of organizations that are newer to the cloud, when they move, they struggle to keep up with all those responsibilities. And the fact that they're all different is really what's adding increased complexity to the security posture. We believe that one cloud experience helps address a lot of these challenges. And that's why we've come out with Dell Technologies Cloud, because it delivers consistent infrastructure, operations, and services across private, public, and the edge. Now, let's talk about what is Dell Technologies Cloud. If I boil it down to the very simplest of terms, it's Dell EMC infrastructure plus VMware Cloud Foundation plus some of our partner clouds. So the hyperscalers, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba, and 4,200 cloud partners. There's various ways in which you can consume Dell Technologies Cloud, either using a turnkey HCI product that we like to refer to as Dell Technologies Cloud Platforms. There's an ability to build your own cloud using the flexibility of validated designs that allow you to pick the right compute, network, and storage and independently build your cloud. Then there's a fully managed solution with VMware Cloud on Dell EMC, where VMware will actually manage that cloud infrastructure that's in your data center. And finally, you can build on top of other partner clouds. So let's do a deeper dive here on Dell Technologies Cloud Platform. This is the simplest, easiest path to a hybrid cloud. And here, what's really great about Dell Technologies Cloud Platform, VMware Cloud Foundation on VxRail, is that we've jointly engineered an HCI system that provides you the full fastest path to the hybrid cloud. And how we do that is we're really building on top of the value of the software-defined data center, and we're providing a single vendor support experience across this product. One of the things that we've launched recently in the US and will be coming to other geos later in the year is Dell Technology Cloud Platform with subscription pricing. And what we're doing with this is we're providing a single price per node that allows you to get the infrastructure, the software, and the support and the services to set it up, all for one low price. And we're allowing you to get your from the time that you purchase to when you deploy, the ability to deliver a consistent hybrid cloud in as few as 14 days. This is incredible to be able to have that kind of agility with a private cloud. Finally, again, I'll touch back on the fact that we have all of these great partners here that are helping us to enable our customers to have the most choice. This is really about, we want our customers to have the ability to put their workload in the right cloud. Let's shift gears and talk a little bit about data. So data's value can be substantially limited by how you implement the cloud. As I had mentioned previously, data gravity and latency issues can greatly impact certain workloads. There's also the challenge of simply managing data across clouds, as you get silos of your data and it's very difficult to manage it sometimes. Then there's the cost of availability and access. The cloud vendors actually charge you to use data in the cloud. So sometimes having a massive footprint of data can be really costly for organizations in the public cloud. And then we have vendor lock-in, which is kind of a mix of all three of the first things here, where maybe at some point you decide you want to transition away from that vendor, and you'll start to see that it's going to take a lot of time because of data gravity to move that data. It's going to be very costly because they're going to charge you to get the data out, and it's going to be hard for you to manage getting it out of their platform into another platform. And finally, we have data protection, which I'll go into in depth later in the data protection area, but data protection also can limit your data's value in the cloud. So an effective cloud strategy must first consider data. And here at Dell EMC Storage, we have a lot of solutions that can help you across your cloud journey, whether it's monitoring and managing infrastructure and data in the cloud, whether it's connecting existing on-premise infrastructure to the cloud seamlessly, or whether it's consuming a Dell EMC storage solution in a software-defined manner in the public cloud. We have solutions across the entire portfolio, and our focus is really about giving you the right place and the right time to put your data in that area. So that's really important to help you achieve what you're trying to accomplish there. And the products I want to highlight here that we're coming out with and that we've launched this year that are really powerful and really work well with the cloud are Dell EMC Cloud Storage Services. And here what it is it's a co-location facility. You put in the native you put in the console itself in the colo, and then you connect it using a direct connection so that you can leverage your data. You can keep your data. You can leverage multiple clouds. And you don't have some of those challenges that I talked about before about data gravity and vendor lock-in. And it's a really great way to also optimize your cloud spend. Now let's talk about delivering digital services anywhere. Now, as people are digitally transforming, more and more of the business is coming online. And so now what we're seeing is that 50% of applications actually reside outside of the data center. And 90% of data is now being processed and happening at the edge. So the existing networks weren't really built for this. They weren't built for the multi-cloud complexity. They weren't built for what's happening at the edge. And that's why they have to be virtualized. So by leveraging a solution like SD-WAN, you're actually able to do all of these things at once. You're able to optimize network costs by leveraging a smarter solution that understands the underlying application and how it works and makes it so that you get predictable performance from any of these locations by leveraging the tooling in the software-defined WAN. So you can say, look at a specific application such as Skype, and you need it to run at a certain rate. So you can then apply policies that dedicate bandwidth to that application so that you know you're always going to have a good experience. And finally, this really simplifies the infrastructure management because you're not having all of the complex physical hardware that you have today that isn't portable to some of those areas like the edge or the cloud. And it's important to note that this modern networking experience with SD-WAN, VMware VeloCloud is recognized as a leader by Gartner in their Magic Quadrant. And it's for these reasons right here is really we've taken a cloud optimized application aware approach to the software-defined WAN, and we've really simplified how we deliver it to our customers. Shifting to our last area here about protecting your most valuable assets. So multi-cloud architectures are really great for keeping businesses running and delivering the right solutions and tooling that developers need. But they're creating a lot of challenges on the back end for organizations as they try to protect data. And so what we're seeing is that 82% of people that we've surveyed have had a disruptive event in the last year. So downtime is almost inevitable, right? You have to build with the idea that the application or the data will go down. And then when you think about it, with a digital business, it's really important that you can get up and running as fast as possible. And so here we saw that 66% of folks needed at least 3 hours to recover from downtime. That is just taking way too long. And finally, because of this, whether it's data loss or data unavailability, right? This has a corresponding impact on the business. The more that your business is relying on technology, the greater the impact it has. And so it's not surprising that we're seeing that the average cost that was reported from these customers was around $1 million. So that's why we've really worked closely, Dell EMC and VMware, to build out a cloud data protection solution that's first in class, that does both containers as well as VMs and supports all those, because we want to help you accelerate your cloud journey. And it's important to think about when we talk about protecting workloads across clouds, there's a lot of different use cases that we have to address. There's a lot of different ways in which we need to approach data protection, from simple long-term retention. I just need to keep a copy on hand for 7 years for regulatory compliance, to disaster recovery. I need to make sure that if the system goes down, I can get back up and running as fast as possible, to in-cloud protection, right? Which is really about, I've gone cloud native, I'm in a public cloud. Now I need a software-defined data protection solution that will help me with that workload. And to finally just backing up to the cloud, I just need a copy in a different place. I need that resiliency, so I'm going to back it up to the cloud. These are all the ways in which we can help our customers really be successful in the cloud. Closing it off, I want to talk to you about how Dell Technologies as a company brings it all together. So there's 3 reasons why Dell Technologies is the right technology partner for your organization. The first is a consistent cloud operating framework, and I'll get into that on the next slide. But it's really about having a consistent view about how we're going to approach cloud across all of our business units. We have a thriving partner cloud ecosystem that can help you no matter what your journey looks like, no matter how you want to approach cloud. And finally, we have reliable services, both professional and financial, that can help you accelerate your cloud journey. And I guess I took that slide out. So I will talk to you about the cloud operating model real quick here, that what we mean by this consistent cloud operating framework. What I mean by that is that you need to have a way that you can have consistent infrastructure operations and services across all your clouds. This is a unique view that we have here at Dell Technologies. It's something that we've really built our entire cloud strategy around. And then from there, it's really about having a portal experience or a console experience where we can help you with all aspects of your cloud journey, from procuring new cloud infrastructure, whether it be on premises or in the cloud, to how you support it, how you manage it, how you offer self-service to your customers. And then as we move down the stack and we look at all of our other infrastructure solutions that we have in place here at Dell, we're bringing as a service across the portfolio. We're taking a look at how we can operationalize every single product in a cloud-like manner. So how you can get started today with your organization's journey is we can sit down with you. We can talk to you and discover your business priorities and the existing environment. Understand how many applications you have. What is your posture towards cloud? Do you want to be all in? Do you is it something where you want to move a certain percentage? Then we can analyze your existing infrastructure and your application cloud suitability. So oftentimes people say, hey, I'm cloud first. And as we peel back and we look at their portfolio, we see there's a lot of applications that don't make sense, can't be containerized. They're not a good fit for cloud. So we'll take the existing state, look at what you have in your technology portfolio, what you have with your skills, and then we will design a winning cloud strategy that will help you to get the most out of your cloud and your workloads wherever they reside, whether it's a public cloud or a private cloud. So with that, I would like to thank you for taking the time today and listening to me speak. And if you have any questions, call your rep and they can help you out with that. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Nick. And for those interested in learning more and continuing to explore Dell Technologies Cloud, we invite you to your website in your local region to find out more.
Well, let's say that the God is in the details. Nicholas, thank you so much for your session. And I think the greater the details, the better armed we all are feeling right now with the cloud bit, right? So with that, it's time now, ladies and gentlemen, to shed a little light on some of the tweets, the loving tweets, I should say, that have just come in. So allow me a bit to scan through. All right, so we see a nice picture from Sunil Makkar saying #ETVTS, great sessions going on. All right, so great is the vibe. YK Agarwal says nice webinar is going on. All right, so that's how you define the summit. Good to know as well. Okay. Onkar says that excellent live session, demystifying your cloud. That's Nicholas's session. All right. So yes, let us also know, Onkar, what is that one thing that you found relevant, or maybe two things that you found relevant in the last session. Kaustubh Sinha, now this is an hour back, says good morning. Very good morning to you, Kaustubh. Thank you so much. It's like raining tweets and good to see Rashmi H&, excited to attend the event. Likewise, we're so excited to host you. It's so good to see those pictures coming in. It all just feels very real. So please make sure it's still coming in, your tweets. We do have a good long day, that is yet to unfold further. So make sure your tweets are coming, the conversations are happening, and of course, most importantly, the relevant tweets in terms of what is you're learning with the sessions that you're witnessing. And yes, the more screen time that you spend with us, the more the number of points. So the choice is always yours, I should say. All right, so with that, we'll be taking more tweets, but for that you have to tag us and use the official hashtag. Right now, I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, because right up next, we're going to talk about smart data protection for your hybrid cloud. I will just be back after a coffee shot. You can grab yours too. Just allow us a few seconds. We'll be right back.